Yo, what's up, guys? Today, I'm just gonna make a video kind of talking about my experience living and training Muay Thai in Thailand for the past couple months. Back here in Vegas now, uh, had some time to reflect on the experience. Have a bunch of notes taken, so just kind of gonna go over, the positives, the negatives, what my plans are moving forward, and then I did a little poll on Instagram, and I had some people ask me some questions. So that's where we're gonna start. First question from Gianni. He says, taking an amateur Muay Thai bout. So, I do really want to do a fight. I think I want to give myself about a year to like really condition my shins and my legs and feel confident enough to go into one. But yeah, next time I go out there, I would like to do a Muay Thai fight. The thing is out there, there's no really amateur fights. If you take a Muay Thai fight, it's, full contact, elbows, knees, kicks, no pads. You just have gloves, no shin pads, no elbow pads, no knee pads. So that's why I want the time to like really condition my shins and stuff like that. Because going in without the conditioning would be pretty brutal, So I think that's the plan. I would do a boxing fight here right now, or I would do like a kickboxing amateur right now with headgear, shin guards. But it's just, you got to take it really serious when you're going to go in with no padding and no headgear. It's not something to take lightly. But I definitely do want to do it, at least for the one time, for that experience. From Nicole, not a question, but I think you're cute. I'm pretty cute too. Yori, you coming back? Oh yes, absolutely, I'll be coming back. The timeline I'm still not certain on. At the earliest, I want to say I'll be back around the end of May, the start of summer, as the school year ends and I'll be off of work. At the latest, I want to say same time next year, so end of December or beginning of January, and it'll definitely be a much longer stay next time, and I'll get into that later when I'm talking about things. From Mauricio, do I even read this? Back shots or body shots? I know this is like stupid, but I'll give an actual answer. Liver punches, those are the best. I got hit with an actual liver punch for the first time while I was out there. It wasn't even that hard. This guy was insane though, like 12 years of experience, absolute animal. Getting hit in the liver is crazy. It's always been my favorite punch to throw, but now that I've actually been hit by it, it's literally like you just out. Your body just stops. Super cool. Love liver shots. From Jonas. Did it meet your expectations? No, it did not meet my expectations. It exceeded them very greatly. And it's made it very hard to come back here and readjust. From Xavier, how was the trip home, brother? Thank you, Xavier. Funny story. So I left at around 7 a.m. From my flight from the island to Bangkok on Saturday morning. Took the flight. I get to the airport around 8:15. My layover from Bangkok to South Korea takes off at 9:40. So I get to the airport at like 8:10, 8:15. Then I start walking around. I go up to a desk to try and find like the gate that I'm supposed to go to. And then there's a communication barrier a little bit, obviously. By the time I get to the desk and I talk with these people and they're looking, I show them my ticket, they're like, Suaver Bummy, you were at the wrong airport. What? Bro, there's 2 airports in Bangkok, and for some reason the flight that I took to get to Koh Samui left from a different airport than the flight back to Bangkok from Koh Samui. Because I remember I made sure that, because I booked these flights separate, I booked a trip through like Delta to Bangkok, and then separately on Expedia I booked my flights from Bangkok to the island because it was cheaper that way. And I made sure that it was the right airport that I was leaving from, but I didn't pay attention to the airport that the flight was returning me to. So at like 8:30, I find out I am at the wrong airport. I need to go to the other airport in Bangkok, which is about a 40-minute drive away, and my flight leaves at 9:40, so in 70 minutes. Bro, run down the elevator. I book a Grab on my phone, which is basically Uber back here in the US, but it's Grab over there. it's like super expensive because from the airport it's a long drive. Expensive relative to there. I'm like, I don't even care, bro. Just book immediately. No thought, bro. Complete action. Go down, run outside. Car pulls up, throw my shit in the trunk. I'm like, look at me. We need to go fast. I am at the wrong airport. Fast. He was like, fast, okay. I don't know how I made it, bro. I get dropped off at the other airport at around 9:20. I have to go through security, passport control, and then my gate is on the other side of the whole airport, and I am running. And then there are people with a sign, like looking for, like, last call for this flight, like there's people missing. And I see one of them, they get me, we just beeline it to the plane, dude. And somehow I made it on that flight. It felt like the island was trying to tell me that I was not supposed to leave. I was supposed to just stay there. So, but I managed. That would have been very frustrating, very annoying to get stuck there. I probably would have just flown back to the island and never come back. But, you know, life happens. I'm that guy. I got the job done. I perform under the pressure. It's not a problem for me. But it was an interesting event. And then it was nice because then on that flight to South Korea, which is 6 hours, I had basically a whole row to myself, almost an empty flight. And then for my 11-hour flight from South Korea to LA, I had a whole row to myself. So I got to actually sleep. It was very nice. It was actually a really easy travel back home compared to the travel out there. It was much more comfortable. So that is how my trip home went. From Flo. Flo is one of the people that work at Punch It. She's normally in the cafe. Flo's awesome. She says, what are you looking for in this amazing world? I'm looking for peace. I feel like anyone else. I'm just looking for peace and looking to do what I'm passionate about. Enjoy life and live it to the fullest. From Remington. Hope all is well and you're having fun, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You too. Hopefully I'll run into you at a LVAC sometime. Actually, I will not. I don't have my LVAC membership. But hopefully see you soon. Maybe run into you, or maybe we'll go get a workout in. And then, oh, dear Lord, two more. From Austin Chain. Don't get gay. I know you got with ladyboys. Talk about the ladyboys. Freaking gay. And then also from Austin Chain. Anyone but you, Sydney Sweeney, is hot AF. Wow. I don't know what that second one means. Bro, why are you obsessed with ladyboys, Chain? Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening there? It's okay, you can tell me. But that's all for the questions. I'm just gonna go over to my notes now. Look, overall, guys, this was the greatest experience of my life. I'll start with that. Super grateful I was able to do it, and it's really opened my eyes to what I want in life and where I want the future to take me. It's given me clear direction and like a clear goal and a clear purpose. So it's amazing, honestly. I'm just gonna go through my notes. There's not like a particular order of them, but I took notes of stuff that I wanted to mention. So here I have, like, I feel like I really hate my phone and I really hate the relationship I have with technology. And I always blame the phone and I blame social media, and I'm like, this is a problem, which I still think social media and technology overall has had a pretty negative impact on like humanity. But it's a whole tangent, whole on discussion. Basically, I took the note, I'm like, in Thailand I spent so much less time on my phone and I was just so much more present just because of the environment I was in. I also found here I've deleted social media in the past, and it gave me this sense of peace because I feel like the relationship I have with social media here is very, very not healthy and not good. But over there, it was no problem. I didn't feel the same way about Instagram or Snapchat or like anything. Like, it felt just good. Like, it felt fine. It felt like the relationship with my phone and the social media was very healthy out there because I was just more present and living life more. Like, when I check stuff, it was just because I wanted to and I was in a relaxing state. Here it gets in the habit of looking at it just because you're bored and life here sucks and this place sucks. There it's just because, oh, this is something nice to add to my day. Or with my Instagram, it's nice because I like to collect these memories and these pictures and all these different things that I do and have them somewhere to be and share them with people. so that they can maybe see the same thing and be like, oh, that looks amazing, I want to go do that too, you know. But yeah, overall, it's just out there, it's just so much simpler. You're so much more present all the time because you're, at least for me, I was way more excited to be alive. And that was the big thing. A lot of people asked me, like the first couple weeks I was out there, like, how are you liking it? And I would tell them, like, I've never been so excited to wake up every morning and just excited to be alive and live life. So yeah, continue. I wrote also more purpose. I felt so much more driven out there to train, to make YouTube videos, to just get out of the house and do things. Like here, I just get so stagnant. But out there, the environment I was in, I was around all these other people that were like-minded, and it was always just exciting. Like there was always something that you could go do. And then when you're tired, it felt even nicer to relax because you've done so much. There's just more purpose. Every day you wake up, you're like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, and you're all over like you have so many options. Obviously, that's partially because it's new, right? And it's exciting. But I think the environment itself just breeds more peace. It's more relaxed, it's more stress-free, it's just a simpler way of life, and that allows for your mind to be less cluttered by all the bullshit that we have here in the US, and it allows you to think more, again, be more present, and focus on what you actually want to do with your time. It's more active lifestyle. The training every day was better. I've determined weightlifting is not good. Weightlifting is trash. It's a narcissistic activity. Shout out to Mao for that phrase. It's good to build strength, but I think you just weighted calisthenics will be the thing for me moving forward, and then Muay Thai and striking, and maybe I'll get into some wrestling or jiu-jitsu at some point, but I prefer the striking. Combat training is just so much better. I feel so much more active, so much more dynamic, so much more mobile. On top of that, I was riding a bicycle everywhere. I was in the sun every day. I didn't have to get in my car and drive places. I was outside, breathing fresh air, getting sunlight, moving around, moving my body. The way that we live here is just so broken, man. Out there, you're so much more connected, and it doesn't feel like you are in all these buildings. Like you're normally outside. Even when you're at a place, you're outside. And everything around you, you still feel like you're in nature, because it feels as if they built within nature. Here it feels like we destroyed nature and built over it, if that makes sense. And it just gives this again, the sense of peace and like connectedness. I wrote healthier. So out there, I had almost no health problems other than my skin from bug bites and just like eczema. But by the end, my body was adapting to that. Out there, no sinus problems, no allergy problems other than my skin. I felt so good every day. The food was amazing. I had no stomach issues, except for like a pizza once because it was too much. But like generally speaking, the food there isn't poisoned the way it is here, and pumped with all these chemicals and modified and all this bullshit. Like you were eating real food out there. The fruit was real fruit. The chicken was like locally grown. They don't have a bunch of just random shit in their food, and it's not all processed and all this garbage. I felt so healthy out there. I could eat McDonald's out there and I would feel healthier than eating a healthy diet out here every day. So here we go. The lie of the West. From the time that we're born, we're just like spoon-fed this lie that America is the greatest place in the world to live. And don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful that I was born here, that I was raised here. It gives you a lot of opportunity, but the way that it is now, it is definitely not the greatest place in the world to live, in my humble opinion. So it's again, grateful that I lived here and grew up here, because without that I wouldn't have the opportunity to be in the position that I'm in. Earning money here is valuable because it allows me to go to places like that. and be as comfortable as I am. But I've done the calculations, even based off the average salary that the people there make. Their life is just better. Like, they're happier, it's more simple, and proportionally to their income, they're spending less money for their house, for food, for rent, for their basic necessities. The way it is here is so messed up. But it really is just, it opened my eyes. Like, I always thought I knew, but now I know that it's a lie that we're fed from a very young age, that, oh, this is just the greatest place in the world to live. And that's really disheartening, and it definitely angered me to an extent, because, I don't like being lied to. I like the truth, like honesty. So I also noted that since I've gotten back, I have felt like complete shit. My body, so I've had some people tell me, yeah, like, you're just adjusting to like the food again. I'm like, yes, my body is adjusting to consuming poison that's slowly trying to kill me again. That sounds great. How about I don't do that and I just leave and go somewhere where they're not trying to kill me? That sounds like a smarter idea to me personally. I've never noticed how dry it is here. The humidity there at first was a lot. I was sweating, but coming back here, oh my God, it's so dry. My skin is so dry. Nothing will heal. My nose, my sinuses, just completely dried out. My allergies, freaking terrible. Wake up every morning, my throat hurts. It's awful, dude. It's awful. I feel awful. I don't want to be here. I also wrote driving sucks. I kind of went over that already. I hate that I have to get in my car to go anywhere. It's not fun. And out there it was nice. You woke up, you throw on a pair of shorts, then you walk out of the house and you can do whatever you want all day. You don't have to worry about anything. You just literally wake up and go. And then you're outside, you're active, you're moving, like I said before. And of course the cost of living there is great. Like I said, especially for someone making money here in the West, the dollar goes a long way. And through the time I was there, I never had to worry about spending money, not a single time. And that was with me doing anything I wanted every single day, which is just amazing. It's more than just the money. It's the space that it consumes within, the mind. Here, it's such a big part of my consciousness on a day-to-day basis that I have to think about. Out there, it just frees up my mind and again allows me to focus more on what's actually important to me and what I want and, who I am. So here, it's just frustrating. There, it adds to the peace. So negatives, I wrote food restrictions. So I have dietary restrictions. I'm allergic to nuts. I'm allergic to shrimp. So I have to be very careful where I eat. I couldn't just go to like random places where they serve Thai food and I don't know how they're making it and there's a communication barrier. I had to be careful. This wasn't a big deal though. I found places that I trust, and slowly over time I would try some new places, and I added to the list as I was on the trip. So it's not a huge deal, and for some people there wouldn't even be food restrictions. If you can eat anything and you enjoy anything, you go to those local Thai places, you get some pad Thai for $1.50, $2, and you're really saving. I was spending almost Western prices on food. I was spending like $6 to $10, $12 per meal, as opposed to the 2 or 3 that you could be spending if you're open to eating like the local food and local places. And the other negative, like I said, was bugs. But as I also stated, by the time I left, I knew this was going to happen. I said it early on the trip. I'm like, by the time I leave, I'm going to have no more problems. I'm going to be completely adjusted. My skin's going to be fine. And that was the case. So yes, I do plan on returning. I'm going to get my motorcycle license while I'm here, so I get some comfortability on a bike and a scooter, so that next time when I'm out there I can rent out a scooter, which will be super awesome. I can already see myself, some pit vipers. I'm going to have a speaker with me, just cruising around the island instead of having to ride my bicycle everywhere. And it's nice because now they are introducing a 90-day Muay Thai visa, which will make travel a little bit easier. It's not out yet, but I think it's coming soon. And I'm also thinking about a possible 1-year education visa, go out there, enroll in a Thai class online and slowly learn Thai on my own. And yeah, I would like to eventually get to a point, hopefully, where I can just be trading and making, a few $1,000s a month trading, and live a peaceful life out there, dude. Honestly. What else was I gonna say? I think that's about it. I definitely am excited to get back out there. Being back here is, again, rough. It's not great. It's been nice to catch up with some people. It's been nice to see my family for sure. But I've really opened my eyes to the fact that this is not where I want to, not where I want to end up, not where I want to be. So I have a couple more stories that I have written here, but we'll save those for another day. This video's already gotten pretty long. If you've watched the whole thing, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. If I know you and I haven't seen you yet, I'll hopefully see you soon. That's actually another thing before I go. I got back and I just didn't want to see people, especially the first couple of days. I specifically went to a gym that I knew I wouldn't run into anybody at. I come back and it just feels weird, man. It just feels weird. And seeing people feels like it's a lot of effort. But I will catch up with people one at a time, slowly but surely. Appreciate you all for watching. If you're new and this randomly popped up for you and you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. More videos to come. Make a lot of crypto content, fitness. Oh, I'll talk more in another video too about the spiritual aspect of this whole trip. And I had I felt like spiritual growth, Bible, religion, faith. So I'll get into that in another one, but I'll let you go for now. If you enjoyed, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, guys.